We are rolling right into episode number 5. So I have my I2M Chrome Pro 2 main wire harness right here. And I have my bike specific adapter. I will put the part numbers for all of this stuff in the comment section below, but this is the plug and play adapter for the MV-F3. It allows for, plug and play. There's no wire splicing or anything like that. And it will connect the bike's main wire harness to the I2M wire harness. So all of this is super simple. You take your main unit here and you plug it into the back of the I2M. Like so, make sure it clicks in place. And then we have our main wire harness from the bike. We have our unit here, and we simply plug one in to here and the other end into the wire harness of the I2M. Like that. And here is the connector on our I2M wire harness. We plug that into here. There we go. That is it. Now we need to route our wires. So you have wire here. This goes to your positive and negative terminals on your battery. So we'll need to run this to figure out how we want to do that. But we'll run this back to the battery like so. And then this is our connector for our GPS unit. So this guy here, picks up GPS data. We mount this on the back of the fairing. Once it's on here, we mount this back here. But this is the plug to it, just connects like so. And then like everything else, we run this to the back of the bike. So once the fairing is on, we'll figure out where that goes. But I'll figure out the wiring routing off camera. You guys don't need to watch me do that, but I'll figure that out off camera, and then we'll come back and move on to the next item. All right, guys, well, there you have it. All of our wiring is done on our I2M Chrome Pro 2. Got the main wiring harness installed. We got the adapter. We have all our accessory wiring harnesses installed, as well as our GPS wiring harness. Everything is good to go. So once we get the body work on it, we'll finalize the connection to the GPS unit in the back and be done with it. The only thing left now is where to place the USB connector. And I won't know that until I get the upper front fairing on the bike. But yeah, let's turn to the brakes. On to the brakes. I have a lot of goodies to show you guys that we're upgrading on this bike. First off, we have some black titanium caliper bolts from ProBolt. We have some black AEM spacers. We have a custom Spagler stainless steel braided brake line from Spagler. Can't speak today for some strange reason. Then we have some goodies from Brembo, and then the star of the show, the Accossato calipers. These are my Accossato PZ005 race spec monoblock calipers. Super light, super trick. They have titanium drilled pistons inside. They are the 100 millimeter version of the P001s, which are the 108 millimeter version. So these will fit on all of your European bikes and select Japanese bikes. But if you have like an R1 or ZX10 or something like that, you'll need the P001s. But they're the same caliper, just one is 100 millimeter, the other one is 108. Yeah, like I said, I have paired these with the ZXC ceramic pads, and these are light in comparison to my my Brembo M4 calipers. So you know what that means. In a few minutes, we are going to head on over to my desk, and we are going to weigh these puppies against the Brembo M4 calipers to see how much weight we are saving. But first, some other goodies. So here in the Brembo box, there's nothing in here from Brembo, but I got these guys. These are our Staubli dry quick disconnect connectors. I will put the part numbers in the description below so that you guys will have all of this stuff. But these don't come as a set. You have to buy them individually. But there are primarily two pieces. These spin together like this. You push down and they connect like that. And what's nice about these is that you can quickly disconnect your brake lines to remove the calipers and clean them, or if you're doing an enduro race or something like that, you can quickly take off the calipers, load another set on without having to go through the process of bleeding your calipers. I got these not only because they're pretty freaking cool, but because our Accossato calipers here, they do not have dust seals, so they require more maintenance. So like the air filter, the MWR World Superbike air filter that I put on this bike, it requires some maintenance after every track day. So do the calipers as well. So after every track day, when I get the bike back here, I'll need to take the calipers off the bike and give them a good clean and then put them back on. And I didn't want to have to worry about, re-bleeding them and all of that good stuff. So enough talk. Let's head on over to my desk, weigh the calipers, and see how much weight we are saving. All right, guys, so we are back over at my desk again for another weight comparison. So first up are our Brembo monoblocks. And we have 1 pound, 11.2 ounces. We'll do that one more time. 1 pound, 11 ounces. So that's what we'll call it. We'll call it 1 pound, 11 ounces. Next up is our Accossatos. And we have 1 pound, 3.1 ounces. Do that again. 1 pound, 3 ounces. So that's what we'll call it. 1 pound, 3 ounces. So that's roughly half a pound per side. So a total weight savings of about a pound on these. We're going to start over here on the left side of the bike. This is our I2M brake pressure switch. This is the same one that came off of my BMW S1000RR track bike. This feeds data directly into our Chrome Pro 2 so that we can analyze it later. This is not a stoplight brake switch. what do you say we move on to installing some carbon fiber? Alright guys, we are here at the rear of the bike where we will be installing our carbon fiber rear hugger slash fender. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and removed the slip-on exhaust. That way I'm not doing this and you guys are looking at the back of my head the whole time. Just gives us a little bit more space in which to work. A little bit about this carbon fiber rear hugger. This is from Maxi Carbon in Italy. In fact, I got all of the carbon fiber pieces that are going on this bike from Maxi Carbon. This is the first time I've worked with them. Most of the time I use Carbon Vani or Full 6 or another manufacturer. Moto Composites has been a sponsor of mine. I've used them extensively in the past. But I decided to go with Maxi Carbon this time primarily, well, the prices are really good too, but primarily because they make all of the carbon fiber pieces that I wanted for this bike. A lot of aftermarket manufacturers do not. The F3 isn't a high production motorcycle. They haven't sold a lot of them since, I believe, 2012 when they first came out. So the other thing is that if you've ever tried to purchase carbon fiber parts from different manufacturers, you'll know that the gloss level of finish and the patterns are different. So if you got a Full 6 part and you combined or compared the gloss level or matte level to say, let's say Carbon Vani or Moto Composites, as I said, you'll notice that their gloss finish is all different. Their matte finish is all different. The sheen is all different. The patterns are sometimes different. So this is what's considered a standard weave. They also come in twill, and I've now seen, what is that, forged carbon now, which I'm not a big fan of at all. But you'll notice that from each manufacturer, that pattern, those things, those gloss levels, those sheens are all a little bit different. So getting a part from, say, Maxi Carbon and another part from Full 6, if those parts are close to one another, like the rear fender and the rear swing arm guard would be really close to one another, they may not look right next to one another. You should try to get all of your carbon fiber pieces from the same manufacturer all at the same time. That way you're assured that whatever finish, gloss, high gloss, satin, matte, whatever, will all be the same. That's long-winded. You know, I like to talk, but let's go and put this part on. There are 3 bolt holes, 1, 2, 3, match up to here. Let's install this thing. I'm gonna put on my glasses so I can see. Don't get old, guys. Don't get old. All right, there we go. Let's move on to the front of the bike where we'll throw on our front carbon fiber fender. Similar to the rear, thread locker, bolt. Ooh, isn't she pretty? Yeah, that looks good, particularly with the Accossato calipers. That looks good. All right, let's move on to the other pieces. All right, guys, so for these next carbon fiber bits, they are not bolt-on. They have to be attached to the bike with some type of adhesive, either a silicone adhesive or some double-sided stick tape or something along those lines. We have our carbon fiber swing arm cover, and then we're going to do some frame covers. I'm going to use two types of adhesive. I'm going to use double-sided stick tape here on the frame covers, and I'm going to use a silicone adhesive for the rear swing arm cover. The reason I'm using two different types of adhesive is because the rear swing arm cover fits perfectly. No modifications, no movement, no trimming, no nothing. And it's going to be permanent. I do not intend to take this off or remove it at any time. So I'm going to use an adhesive that will stay in place at 100 plus miles an hour. For the frame covers, I'm going to use double-sided stick tape. The reason I'm going to use double-sided stick tape here is because I'm having some fitment issues that I'll go over in more detail once we get to installing these pieces. But to start off, you'll need a few things. You'll need some type of denatured alcohol. You'll need some type of clamping force. I have some really big zip ties here. I also have an assortment of clamps. Then you'll need something to protect the piece. I have some old detailing buffing rags that I no longer use for the vehicle, so they'll make a nice addition here. So we're going to start with cleaning the surface. So I have my fuel denatured alcohol here. Again, you could use rubbing alcohol or any type of degreaser if you want to. And we're just going to clean the piece really well. Cleaning all of the surfaces. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and clean this frame as well. I'm just going to clean the back of the piece as well, because you never know with shipping and where it was sitting in the warehouse and so forth. You never know what dust or whatever might be on there. So next we just want to plan our area of attack for adhesive. So this again sits really, really well. So what I'm looking at are all of the flat surfaces. So I'll probably put a bead here, probably put a bead here, here along this edge. So this adhesive is clear. It is a multi-purpose adhesive. You can use any silicone adhesive you want. You just want to make sure that one, that it's waterproof. Two, that it's most likely either a clear or the color of the items that you're working with, so black in my case or clear. And you want to make sure that it works with fiberglass and metal or whatever the piece that you're covering. If the piece that you're covering happens to be plastic, you want to make sure that it works with plastics and obviously carbon fiber and fiberglass, so forth. So that looks good. I'll do one more over here. Grab our piece. And now we can clamp it in place, or we can use our oversized zip ties. Whatever it is you decide to do is up to you. Like that. That's it. Come back tomorrow, make sure that it's good and solid in place. Now let's move on to the frame covers. All right, now it's time for the carbon fiber frame covers. So we've already cleaned the part with denatured alcohol, so that's all set. Now, why am I using double-sided stick tape with the carbon fiber frame covers? Well, the reason is because there's some fitment issues that I might not be able to work out. Advance notice, I've already reached out to Maxi Carbon. They're going to be sending some replacements. So maybe those replacements will fit better, maybe they won't. Either way, we're going to mount something here for the video temporarily. And then once the other ones get here, I'll let you know if they fit any better or not. And if they do fit better, we'll secure them permanently with our silicone adhesive. If they still don't fit properly, then I'll have to do some type of modification to try to make this fit, because I don't want to try to find this piece with another carbon fiber manufacturer, because as I mentioned earlier, the gloss, the finish, the patterns, none of that will match. And I want these things to match because all three of these pieces are really in close proximity to one another. But anyway, I'll show you what I'm running into. So this piece had some major locating holes. So there is a frame mounting hole up here that corresponds to this location. And there's a major frame mounting hole over here that corresponds to this location just above the gear selector. These need to be in perfect location. Some of the other things can be off, you know, the angle of this surface maybe, or how wide it is. Those things can be off because they can be trimmed. Those holes, those mounting holes cannot be off, and they're off a little bit. And I don't mean the size, you know, if this hole was cut to, I don't know, let's say 15 millimeters or something like that. It is in fact 15 millimeters. And if this one was say 20 millimeters, it is in fact 20 millimeters or whatever the measurement is. The problem is the relationship of where this opening is to where this opening is, front to back, left, right, up, down, so forth, is off slightly, which doesn't allow the piece to fit properly. So if I get the top lined up, I got this mounting hole lined up properly, everything is on here. The bottom is off. It's actually hitting right now. It's so far off that the bottom of the piece is actually coming into contact with our gear selector mounting hardware. Same problem if I get the bottom in place exactly where I want it, where it should be. Now the top is off a little bit, and if I try to force both of them in place, I don't know if you can see that, but then we get a bulge right in here, which isn't good because, again, this is on a track bike and this bike is going to be traveling at triple digits. And if you got wind rushing in behind this piece, it's only a matter of time before that wind, air pressure just go and rip this puppy right off, regardless of what adhesive you're using. So for the video here today in this video series, we're going to use a double-sided stick tape. Why? Because if I heat this stuff up, I can remove the part really easily, as opposed to trying to get this off is a little bit more process involved to get this off cleanly. I have a few pieces of double-sided stick tape here. Again, let me get my old man glasses so I could see what the hell I'm doing. All right. So now we're just going to pick off the outer pieces. All right. Now I'm going to grab my heat gun and heat this stuff up a little bit because double-sided stick tape always seems to adhere better when it's a little bit warm. All right, that should be good. Like I said, we grab our piece. I'm going to line up the bottom. Get that in place where I want it. All right. And similarly, we're going to start to clamp some things up. So I want one here. And one right there. All right. Now we can head on over to the other side and do the exact same thing with the right side, although I don't think you guys need to watch me do that. So let me do that and I'll be right back. All right, guys, well, that is it for the carbon fiber bits. All of them are installed. There's nothing left for us to do but wait. Anyway, let's wait for this stuff to set up. Tomorrow we'll take all of this stuff off. It'll still be the same episode and we'll go from there. Good morning, sunshine. It's the next day. Time to start removing some zip ties. All right. Yeah, like I said, that one's still not stuck very well up here. It's still a little bit loose. For right now, it's fine. Certainly not how I will leave that before we go on track. So, like I said, we'll see when the replacements get here, see if they fit any better, and go from there. As for the rear swing arm cover, it is solid, not moving anywhere. I'm very happy with that. All right, the other side looks really good as well. Actually, it's sticking a little bit better with the double-sided stick tape than this left side. Let's buff these up. I'll give you a quick walk around of see what everything looks like. All right, guys, well, that is it for the carbon fiber on this bike. She is starting to look fantastic. We're getting close to the end. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the mountain of parts over here on my desk is getting a lot smaller. We're running out of things to install on the bike, so we're getting close to the end, although we still have some really big parts. But as I said, she's starting to look good with all of the Maxi carbon fiber and our Accossato brake calipers, along with our Staubli dry fit quick disconnects. Bike is really starting to come together. But you know what? I didn't intend for this episode to be long format, but it is already. But I want to do one more thing and give you guys a quick preview of the wheels. I want to put the wheels on the bike. They won't have, you know, tires and rotors and stuff like that, but I want to put the wheels on the bike to get an overall feeling of what this is going to look like and give you guys a preview of my OZ wheels. So I'll be right back. Oh my God. I knew the OZ gas wheels were going to look good, but I didn't expect them to look this good. Guys, whoa. Oh, I could not be happier. I can't wait to get the Pirelli tires on here and get the rotors and everything all set up. Get this puppy on track. Get this puppy on track. I am so excited. This project is coming together. Oh man, what do you think? Comment in the comments below. Leave me a comment in the comments below. Let me know what you think about my OZ gas wheels. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Obviously, we're going to weigh these and compare them against the stock wheels, or, well, the rear wasn't stock, it was a forged wheel, but we'll weigh them against the wheels that were on here previously after we dismount the tires and everything like that. But yeah, I think we can end on a good note. I am Derek. This is your Superbike Life. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, or smash the video if you didn't like it. Please click that like button. It allows YouTube to bring my videos and content to more people. And if I can get more viewers and more subscribers, I can bring you more content like this great F3XX build that we're doing here today. But sorry for the long form content, guys. I didn't intend for episode 5 to be this long, but it is what it is. I think it was well worth the wait. Next up, I'm not sure. You guys are gonna have to wait.